Hello. Out here with Mabel. She's walking me, I guess. I don't know if I'm walking her, but we're going to talk about this technology stuff and music. We're on some of the white hiking trails at Bellevue State Park, some of the best kept secrets because I never see people on here, so that's why I'm recording. And knowing my luck, somebody will come across me talking to myself and think I'm just strange. But I'm already a band director, so they should know that. But anyways, technology has been a great teaching tool for us. And when I first started teaching, I didn't even have a computer in my classroom. Then the second year we got this internet connection, which was was kind of cool, but it wasn't really used that much for teaching purposes. It just took too long to download stuff. But then technology has just advanced so much, and so one of the things I really wanted to try on that list was that conducting one. I can't remember the name right off the top of my head. So of course, when I was at school, I clicked on the link and it was blocked. So I went home and I went on there, and then it said the experiment was over and that nobody could do it anymore. So I was kind of disappointed. But anyways, that would be cool to have something like that. And there is a game like that on. My daughter has an Oculus, and it's a conducting game, and you can conduct the orchestra, and it gives cues, and you get points and all that stuff. And it's like you're the conductor, and it's 3D all around you. It's really neat to play. I play it every now and then, but I'm not really a video gamer, so I don't do much video games. And then another one that I saw on there that I never heard of was the Rhythm Trainer, which it's basically rhythm dictation, but you can pretty much set the parameters to that, to quarter note, eighth note, 16th note, it's other complex rhythms. And I plan to use that next year. Oops, that's a tree. Definitely, especially in my beginning band and sixth grade and junior high band, and to some extent high school band. But I think it's just great rhythm teaching tool for them to be able to listen and identify rhythms, because listening is a big part of music. Anyways, so then some of the things that I've used before that have been on that list, like Screencastify, I've used that before, especially during the COVID time when we had to teach remotely. Obviously I use YouTube. I put all these videos on YouTube, and I really didn't start using YouTube that much for teaching things until COVID, when I was still teaching K-2 general music. And so I did 20-minute lessons and lectures, or whatever you want to call it, presentations on music classes, and put them on there so my kids could watch it. And it was really cool making all those things. And then when I looked at the analytics of that and saw that like the average person watched for like a minute 37 and barely anybody watched, I'm like, oh, well, that was a lot of fun. But still, in today's society, it's a good way to do communication, and it would be a good way to have something for a sub. If I wasn't there one day and they needed a presentation on something, I could use it. Another thing I use is music writing software, MuseScore. I love MuseScore. It's my go-to. It's free to use, and there's a subscription for another part of it where you can download other people's compositions, which is kind of neat. And then I had another kid. He was a freshman. He's really into composing, so he asked me if I knew anything about Flat, and so I got the subscription to Flat, and him and I actually kind of worked on a percussion ensemble piece. We haven't finished it yet, but we started working on it, so I'll try to post some pictures of our work on this post when I get around to posting it. But that was pretty neat. He's gonna be a aspiring composer. Right now he's kind of in that mode though, where he likes to steal a lot of other people's ideas and not have his original. So we performed Brian Balmage's Moscow 1941. Then he wrote this piece, but it sounded strangely like 1941. And so we had this talk about like copyright and stuff, and finally one day I said to him, and there's another thing technology is great for, I said, why don't you contact Brian Balmages and ask him about the public domain rules? And so he did. We found his website, and Brian Balmages actually responded back to him explaining the rules of public domain and how we could use the folk song from the piece of Moscow 1941, but when you use it from the composer that arranged it, you can't use his ideas. You got to use the original folk song. So that was a good lesson for him, and he's really into this composing. So I use Flat. I also use Smart Music. Well, it's called Make Music now. Smart Music is great, especially for my high schoolers when we're preparing for solo contests and their solos are on there, and there's an accompaniment that can play, and you can adjust tempos and stuff like that. And it's just good for them to have the accompaniment to play with, because we can't always have our accompanists come every day to work with them. And so Smart Music I use a lot of too. And there was also another thing called Upbeat Music, which was kind of like a recording app where you could record like 16 different parts at a time. Well, not at the same time, but one after the other. And then Make Music bought them out, but I've yet to really figure out how to access that. But I had used Upbeat Music for a while. So technology is definitely helping us become better music educators, and I just look forward to seeing what else is going to come out there in the future. And I mean, it's just even great, like Spotify. Like you see a piece of music from your library, don't know what it is, type it in Spotify. You're more than likely to find a response, a recording of it. YouTube as well, find a recording of it. So it's definitely made teaching easier for us, and that's great for kids, and it's great for us, and we have to embrace it because it's not going away. So anyhow, and then the last thing, technology, the thing I'm holding right now is great too, especially like my high school band kids. They get to do they have tuner apps on their phone, so they tune every day before we start, which saves us time some days. Going to be interesting next year because our state has a cell phone ban, so not sure what I'm going to do there, but we'll figure something out. And come on, Mabel. That's my dog, by the way. And anyway, so that's my take on the technology, and we'll talk to you later.